Oh my goodness, and Tim Umlu goes over a tenth of a second fast.
Alright. Well, you probably haven't heard this voice in a while. Hello everyone. Welcome back to Formula Trout Sprint Series. This round at Abu Dhabi. Let me introduce myself. You haven't heard me in a while. My name's Angel Arevalo. I'll be your commentator for today. Haven't done it in a while, so I may be a bit rusty. But do not worry, I will definitely try my best as the practice session is just about to finish here for here at Abu Dhabi, the final round of the sprint series. Very excited to see how this turns out. I can't even speak right now. You know what I'm just excited for? I'm just excited for this season to end. Thomas Barry, your championship winner, closed out with one round to go at Spa last round. Can he finish it off with a win to end off the season, or will he just have to settle for second place? Or someone else this round? We'll have to wait and see, as practice is just finishing up. Andy Park currently sits at the top step with a 134.1 for practice. That will definitely go down though, hopefully, when it comes time for qualifying, as that is just in a few seconds time as he goes back to the pits, as we'll switch over to the session soon. But as I have to make up for my time lost, I'm currently trying to read the standings as well to see what battles are still happening, as obviously the championship has been wrapped up, sadly, but that doesn't mean we have some battles maybe still left to go. Sarah Matova is at 159 and Andy Park's at 152, fighting for second place. A 7 points difference between them heading into this round with two 25-minute races to go. So that'll be an interesting battle to see. Roberto is at 71 points, and at 51 points behind him is Cody Lawrence. I don't think Cody is racing today though. So a main battle for P2. We do have some battles in the midfield though. Amorim and Jack Smith are tied for P8. Mark Levine is not too far from Steve Stevenson, 50 to 56 points for both of them respectively. I don't think Steve is here today, but we'll focus on this main battle for P2 today. Lead Paul Racing for Junior GP. Can Younger GP secure a 1-2 finish in the championship here in the Sprint Series in the final round at Abu Dhabi? And it'll all be up to Andy Park, and maybe his teammate will try to help a bit with that reverse grid that's going to be in the second race. But as qualifying now starts, people will swap into there shortly. But Andy Park closed out that practice session fastest of everyone. So he's already on the game, I guess, on the right foot to get that, second place cleared out. But obviously qualifying matters, and most definitely the race matters. And we'll see how it all plays out. They're not too far behind. They're not. And I think Sarah may have been doing some race laps. He's a good bit off of Andy Park in the leaderboard in practice, so they may have been practicing different stuff. But we'll have to see how this all plays out in these next three sessions. I'm thinking about premiere. We're in the sprint series, a finale of the sprint series today, as qualifying is now coming to a start. The session finally starts as we will switch over watch these guys qualify. Here we are qualifying here at Abu Dhabi for this season finale. As they come out the pits, rolling Ryan Hawk in that Jungle GP Academy car. Sister team to the championship winners, constructors and drivers. It's the sister team. Currently, I think Ryan Hawk sits in, if you want to look at the P16, 23 points. If he scores some good points today, though, he would jump a good few positions. But furthest on track right now is third place man, I mean. Andy Park for Jungle GP. He has one goal today, and that's to outscore Sarah to secure second in the championship for Jungle GP. Get a 1-2 finish for this series. In the final round to do it. Last round to do it, if I want to speak clearly. And he is the first one out, so he's very eager to put a lap in. 10 minutes, 11-minute quali. And he's about to start his first lap. And don't mind me, I'm just going to do this. I don't know what that flag is. We'll have to see if he can do what's best. Get Jungle GP in the front row. So we're now coming to the line. He will be the first one to start his line. So we will follow him for his first lap. As he comes down to turn 1. Seems to be pretty decently all over the curb coming out of turn 1. The curbs here in Abu Dhabi, I do know, are a bit harsh. I did a few test laps myself last night. Obviously, I'm not the fastest person in the world. These guys have been tuning in setups for the whole season, so they are probably a good few seconds faster than me. But I do know some of these curves can really catch you out. And surprisingly, in this version of Abu Dhabi, the scan, some of the bumps can catch you out as well. Especially on some of the apexes, especially in Sector 2. Especially the corner we're coming up to now, this left-right of turn, I think 3 and 5 and 6 it would be. I could be wrong about that, though. And in front of him, I think that is actually Sarah. In front of him. You know, it's Mackenzie Thompson, Sarah's teammate. Also racing for Lead Paul Racing. And behind Andy Clark, who's getting a slipstream from Sarah's teammate, I think is Ryan Hawk. So we'll have to see what he can do. And we'll compare their times as well. Andy Park, 2 purple sectors. Ryan Hawk, not really competing against it. But I think Sarah should be right behind him as well. As we're coming to the line now, Andy Park coming to finish his lap. As I think Mackenzie Thompson will start his. As he comes to the line, what will he set? He will set a 133, I think, just barely a 134 flat for the Jungle GP driver. And Ryan Hawk will come to cross the line as well. He will set a 135. Sarah's now on a lap. Watch this. Christopher Bowes has a 136. Roberto Radachi sets a 135.7, getting ahead into second place. As who just jumped up now? Maximilian 35.9. Agnes 136. Christopher Bowe, I think that was Jimmy Gibbons 36.2. As Andy Park is now in the pits. Sarah, what will she set for Lead Paul Racing? Coming to the line. Her car sounds very weird, but coming to the line, what will she set? She will set a 34.7, 7/10 off Andy Park, who sits on pole with a pretty comfortable lead, it seems. Now, this car sounds really... Oh. Not what we meant to do, but... Yeah, really comfortable lead for Andy Park here in qualifying. With 68 Fahrenheit. That is, I think, pretty chilly for a track, all things considered. So the air temperature is pretty chilly, as we're in the low 70s, high 60s. So I think it is a bit chilly, actually, for some of these cars. Colder temps. Sarah's on her second lap with someone else to cross the line. Christopher Bowes didn't improve on his first, did improve on his second sector, however. will come to the line in this Griffin Gaming car to cross the line. 136.3. What can he improve to? He can improve to a 36.2, just getting ahead of Jack Smith. Ooh, that's a car off. Who is that? That's Mackenzie Thompson just sitting on the track. He may be stuck, I think, or his wheel is fully locked, so I think he may be stuck, or maybe having an issue with some simulator equipment, it might seem. So if he can't get out the track, he will have to retire, and he will be stuck in 11th place for this race. As Thomas Barberry, I think, has actually just joined the session. I think he might have been having some issues joining the session earlier, but he now is in, so we have 12 drivers in this session. And here he comes, starting from 11th place as, yeah, Mackenzie Thompson pits. No time set for the Lee Paul Racing driver, so he has to sit out for the rest of the session and has gone back to pits. Thomas Barry, as well, has gone past these two guys. He's not even blocked by traffic. I think Andy Park is still in pits, and so is Sarah. So, but we'll watch Thomas Barberry set his lap. This is Andy Park's teammate. I think we might have some audio issues. We'd like to fix this. Guess not. That's just how the car sounds. Because that's not completely right. I do know that. There we go. This will be our new head. This will be our new camera. But we'll now watch him go into this second sector. Brakes right at the curb, and we'll watch on board for the rest of the lap. This wide left-hander. Make sure you don't go wide, hit those curbings that roll on top of the car. Tricky braking zone coming up. Right-hand turn into a straight braking zone down a second. Trying to hit those apexes while controlling the car. Little elevation there, which does kind of throw you off and throws you onto these curves that unsettle you. There's all the track there, and it's flat out the second to last turn here, and down at the third gear for this final right-hander. So he gets close to the curb. This is all the exit you can without unsettling the car, and to the line he goes. Set a 1:34.9, clearly in third place now. Thomas Barry is, but still a ways away from his teammate. So we'll see if he can close that gap. He's having Ryan Hawk coming to start a lap as well, it seems. I think most people have been starting laps. Sarah is about to come start a lap too. Andy's still in pits. So we will have to see what he will set once he starts his lap. Ryan Hawk on a fast lap right now though. 35.8 in 7th place. Not too far though, and with a good lap can set a few good positions. But ooh, that's a CRG car. I think of, yeah, Agnes blocking him, so that actually may have not helped that much, and that may have to be reviewed and reported by the stewards for blocking during qualifying, but we'll have to see, as, yeah, that definitely didn't help him going into a hairpin, which requires so much commitment and control to get it just right. But yeah, Ryan Hawk now coming through these turns. Guess we're both going to start a lap. Ryan Hawk is now coming to the final sector. Didn't improve on his first, didn't improve on his second. It may have been affected by that hairpin where he was blocked by the CRG driver, but he has come to the line. Barbarian's in pits now. Sarah should be starting their lap soon. I think that's them in front. No, that's a different team. Drill's trying to limit deliveries. Again, I'm rusty. This is my first time doing it in a while. But Ryan Hawk comes to the line. Will he improve on his 135.8? I think he will, as he goes to a 135.6. Moves on to P4. Good lap from the Academy driver. Maximum Younger, P6. Also the Jungle GP driver. Obviously, 3 cars are allowed for this session. Is setting his lap. Did improve on the first sector, and as we can see with the tires, everyone on super soft, so no difference in compound for everyone here. All super softs, the softest compound available for this Formula 2 car here at Abu Dhabi. Now he is seeming to do pretty well. Let's see how the second sector holds up as he crosses the timing beam, coming up, I think, right after or before this corner. And no, he's a 10th down from his own time. But we'll have to see if he can still improve. And this last sector, though, is a big place to gain time, especially in this corner coming up. This right-hander into the very tricky braking zone, which beats the front a few corners. Tricky braking, some weird elevation, and wide, long corners, medium speed corners, really make this sector tricky. But it's also a sector where you can gain so much time on your competition. Let's see if he can. As he comes to the line, what will he set? He will set a 135. Dex does not improve. Does not improve from his time. He is starting another one though. Sarah is not improving either. They are definitely not improving. Not improving in either sector. So definitely won't compete with any park. And ooh, that's a spin! That's a spin for the lead Paul Racing driver. Again, like I was saying, that turn right there is a tricky braking zone. You're coming out of a high-speed right-hander, having to straighten the car right up, brake, slow it down, and then again throw it into another very tight right-hander with some weird elevation to boot. So it is a tricky corner as they go to the pits, but Christopher Bowes has had a purple second sector. A big improvement from the Griffin Gaming driver. Didn't improve on his first sector, but a purple sector is nothing to laugh at, especially at Abu Dhabi. As we pass the scene of the crime there, track marks coming from that lead Paul Racing car. He passes them coming into these long left-handers, medium speed, and this flat right-hander into an almost, not almost, just a braking, then turning right-hander. As he comes to the line, not using much of the curve, but a smooth exit. He improves to a 135.1, not an improvement, but just not enough to even just pass Jimmy Gubbins, and he goes back to the pits as his qualifying over. Speaking of Jimmy Gubbins is right here, driving for himself. He will cross the line next. So will Carlos Skimenez. He will cross the line at 137.3 is his best lap. Will he improve as he crosses the line? No, he won't. Will Gibbons improve? No, he doesn't. Behind him is Mackenzie Thompson. Hasn't set a time, and I don't think he will. Thompson Berry is not improving, and yep, he's slowed down right to a crawl. That will be his qualifying over. I think Gibbons is still on a lap. Did he make it across the line? I don't think he did. So I think that might be our qualifying over. And if many of you noticed, probably, very fresh looking HUD. Thank you to CMRT for making this a great addition to the cyclist community. It's very sleek and nice, and but as we come to the end of qualifying, Jimmy Gibbons is the only car left on the track. I think he's not improving, so I think that might be it. The qualifying is done. We'll just watch him go around the track for just a bit longer. But again, it doesn't seem he's improving on his times. Mackenzie Thompson has spun, slows down. Yep, that's his qualifying over, and Jimmy Gubbins will complete his lap to end qualifying. No, he won't. He'll just come back to the pits. He's not improving. That is qualifying over here for the Sprint Series. The Trout, and here's your man on pole, Andy Park. The man on pole for the final round of the Sprint Series, and will be in 10th for the reverse grid race 2. But for this first race, which matters right now, here's your man on pole. Here's someone pass. I think that's Mackenzie Thompson, still on track. Yep. But man on pole, 30.34 flat. Did it at the start of the session, and really had no competition. Not even from his closest championship, not championship rival, but closest rival in the championship for second, Sarah Maltova, with 34.6, 0.6 the difference. So I guess he's been really practicing to get this second place closed out for Jungle GP, but that reverse grid race, you never know what'll happen then. But yeah, a pretty competitive qualifying, especially in that midfield. But the race is still to come with Andy Park on pole. But as we stand, Andy Park's on pole, Sarah Matova second on that first row, Thomas Berry third, Roberto Radicia fourth, Ryan Hawk fifth, Maximilian Younger sixth for the same team as championship winner Thomas Berry. Jack Smith 7th, 8th is Jimmy Gubbins, 9th is Christopher Bowes, and 10th is Agnes Rostis for CRG. And for predictions, since I have no one to talk to about it, I will say, I think Andy has this one pretty in the bag. Obviously, I was just saying the race matters, but with a qualifying and pace like that, it's pretty easy to say I think he might have it in the bag, at least for race 1. Obviously, a risk good race kind of makes everything crazy, especially when you have faster people around the back trying to overtake slower people who are going to be defending for their lives with those very rare point positions. But I will say, you've seen it before and you've seen it again. Drivers who have good qualifyings may not have the pace in the race to get it all done. As the race isn't just about setting one quick lap, it's about setting multiple. And from what it seems for practice, I think everyone else was practicing race and Andy was just doing flying laps from the gaps, unless no one was really practicing, which then I don't know why they would do that. But and also people could be sandbagging, so really who knows at this point. But all we know is that Andy's on pole and he has a race to get done and dusted. 25-minute race here at Abu Dhabi. Also switch to the grid for race 1. Here's your grid. Andy Park and Sarah Maltova will be on your front row. Thomas Berry and Roberto Radicia will be on the second row. Ryan Hawk, Maximilian Younger will be on the fifth. Will be on the third row. One for the Junger GP, one for Junger GP Academy. The fourth row will be of Jack Smith and Jimmy Gubbins, and the fifth row will be of Christopher Bowes for Griffin Gaming and Agnes Rotis for CRG. The last row will be 11th and 12th, Carlos Jimenez and Mackenzie Thompson. Mackenzie, teammates with the person 10 places above him, Sarah Mosova. As the red lights come on, 6 because it's a subtle course, huh? And now, ooh, we got to get this one too. So wait for the lights out to, as these red lights turn on. I'm rusty, bear with me. It's lights out and away we go here for race 1 at Abu Dhabi for the sprint series. Andy Park seems to get a decent exit, and he does seem to get a decent run. And around the outside, actually just defending it from Sarah, he keeps the lead. And no incidents seeming to come from turn 1, so it seems we cut it pretty clean between everyone here. As over the background, that's someone going wide. That's Jack Smith losing positions, getting unstable, I think, on the curbing there. Maybe just going wide on the grass. Kind of squeezing Carlos there. Carlos getting by as well, sending it 3 wide, just up ahead. Christopher Bowes has to back out and do the switchback on him. Gets right past. And that's Christopher Bowes up into 7th. A close battle back here. But maybe Thomas Berry and Sarah Maltova are side by side going into turn 4. Maxie back there trying to overtake someone else as they're still side by side. Thomas Berry trying to get one more win before this season closes out. Ooh, he's getting unstable though. And he's able to stay behind Maltova, but is not able to get past him. And Maximilian Younger stays behind Ryan Hawk. See, Thomas Berry now defending from Roberto Radicia in that blue car. Is almost taking out Sarah. He goes wide. Now allows Roberto to get past the championship winner, the one who's looking for just one more win this season. But on the outside, gets squeezed out of the curbing. But has to back out as Roberto spins. He spins on the track. Takes out, I think that's... Who is that? That is it's Ryan Hawk, who was in such a good position. Takes him out, having to avoid that collision. That's so sad for Ryan Hawk, who was in such a good position to score some points that could improve his standings in the championship. City Park crossing the line in the lead. What a shame for Ryan Hawk, and a pretty big mistake from Roberto Radicia. Again, that corner is already tricky as is, and battling into that corner with such a tricky braking zone maybe wasn't the best idea coming from Roberto, but still, he's in this race. 12 drivers, he still can score some good points in this race if he really buckles down and puts on his bootstraps. But as it stands, close better right now, Jax is this pack of the field with the last few points. Jack Smith is only 3 tenths behind Jimmy Gubbins, and now he seems to have a pretty good run on that solo driver in this Academy car. So go on board with him. Down the inside he goes. Pretty easy overtake for him, but Jimmy Gubbins not backing down, almost trying to go around the outside there, but has to stay back and onto that curving. I think will ruin his exit slightly, but DRS will help him catch right back up. As now it should open. I guess no one's opening DRS. If there's a DRS on there, I don't remember. But here we go. Around the outside doesn't work. Has to stay behind. Mackenzie Thompson battling with that CRG car. That's Ryan Hawk going wide. With Roger right behind. Oh, it's big mistake from Ryan Hawk. Oh, Mackenzie spins right into the way of Ryan Hawk. That's more damage for the Academy driver. Again, what's with the moves into that corner? Had almost 2 points in that where someone could have got taken out, and someone did, and again, it's Ryan Hawk at the same corner. What a shame for him. This should not be happening to him. This is so unlucky. After starting in the top 5, he is all the way back down in the back. Cross the line once again. Leaderboard reshuffling. Andy Park still in the lead. Thomas Berry still chasing Sarah. Jack Smith now battling for Christopher Bowes for P5 in this race. We'll go on board with him again. We'll have to go down the inside most likely to get this move done. As where is he going to go? He's going around the outside onto the spanner. He will have to be really confident. No, Christopher Bowes just backs out. Stays behind. This, I guess the other people just a bit too much to defend from, and Christopher Bowes thinks about it and it's going to be strategic. Fight another day. So watch them calm down here. DRS open for Christopher Bowes, but just not enough to regain that position coming into this long left-hander. It's all over the curve. That will ruin his run a bit coming into this tricky corner. Yeah, this has been a pretty chaotic race 1. Imagine how race 2 will be. Stay tuned for that. But as it stands, 20 minutes left to go. Andy Park still comfortably leading with a 3-second gap, basically, in front of his rivals. And now we are watching Jack Smith lead both Christopher Bowes and Jimmy Gubbins in 5th place. No, Jimmy Gubbins, who's lost a bit of time. He's really close, but need to spread out through that first sector. And here we are. This is a close battle right now, and these guys are pretty close in pace. Not really one mistake from these guys can just cause this battle to just come right back up. Christopher Bowes is slightly catching. He was 7/10 just there. May have lost a little bit coming into the corner. Come to a head now. Jack Smith still leading this midfield pack. Maxie really leading this midfield pack, but Jack Smith is still a ways away from Maximilian Younger in 4th place, so we will have to wait. As he locks up into that tricky corner. That corner seems really tricky for these drivers. I voice correct. Really tricky for these drivers in these Formula 2 cars. As Andy Park sets the fastest lap of 1:35.495. Yeah, that corner just before going under the hotel here at Abu Dhabi. It seems really tricky. Oh, that's Maximilian Younger with a mistake. He will have to watch out now. He is within the attacking zone of these drivers who are all itching to gain a position. They've been bored, and now they have a chance to have some fun in this race, and definitely not going to let it go, as now they're really following close. Dirty air may be affecting them just a tiny bit there, but that slipstream is really going to come into effect for these guys now. Jack Smith right behind the Junkie GP driver. Will he go for anything? No, he will not. But stays behind. Stays behind and does and thinks better of it, but now he has DRS. Maximilian Younger. Move your camera. What will he do? Jack Smith down the inside. Will he make it stick? Yes, he will. Parks it right in front of the Jungle GP car perfectly and gets that move done. And now Christopher Bose will be the driver who's going to try to see if he can get past this Jungle GP car. One mistake has cost Maxi one position already. Will it cost him two? Coming to this long left-hander down the inside. No, he stays behind Christoph. He knows he's close, and he knows he can get the move done if he just gets the good run on Maxi. And right behind them is Jimmy Gubbins, who is also slightly catching up. He's not seeing him in the background. Christoph just knows he has to get a good run through this corner. He messes up, but so does Jack Smith, who slows down Maxi. They're probably having to brake a bit more than usual to avoid that. So it doesn't lose him too much time as he uses all the track there. Geez, right up to the fence. As now we come to the next lap. We come down this main straight. Yeah, Christoph's really, I think, really going to have to hope for these guys to struggle a little later on in the race with their tires. Christoph hasn't been the most aggressive so far, but that does allow one thing, him to keep his tires in check and keep them nice and healthy. Tires on this Formula 2 cars, I do know, are a bit more sensitive than the ones in F1. Not sensitive, but a bit more difficult to get the temp up and keep them in than the ones in F1 or the RSS hybrid. So these cars will definitely need those sensitive tires for that grip throughout these corners, and especially if they're worn and can't get that temp in, it will be very difficult for later on in this race. I think Maxi's close enough for a move, but thinks better of it. Does not go for it. Maybe doesn't think better of it. Maybe just think he didn't have a chance. Car number 49, Max moving younger. Well, baby, we think of a move soon. I think this might be the chance for him to make a move. Around the outside he goes. Breaks around the outside. Will it be a move that sticks? I think it will. I think he'll actually make that stick. Down the inside now. Oh, we've seen this corner go wrong so many times. Will it go right this time? Around the outside, Jack Smith. Oh, contact. Pushes him a bit wide, but Maxi makes that move stick. Was that a bit aggressive? I think they were both understeering there already, but that was a bit aggressive on his sister teammate. And now they're getting really packed up behind Maxi. I think Maxi may have some damage. We'll have to see. But they are really struggling behind Maxi now. They're really close together. On board with Christoph. He's right behind the both of them, Jack Smith and Maxi. Up again to the hairpin. Turn 4. Trying to get a good exit to get that run down the main straight. We'll now get DRS as well. Let's see if he can pull. He's around 4/10, and that's really the magic area in AC. We can really get that slipstream, and it's working for Jack Smith. Jack Smith down the inside of Maxi, in order to get that position, but it slows down Christopher Bose and kind of messes up his corner entirely, ruins his run up the corner. So while Jack Smith got the move done, that has ruined Christoph's chance slightly to get into this battle. But don't worry, Maxi and Jack Smith will definitely continue the battle. But this battle behind here, Gubbins and Roberto, they are battling. Roberto throws it around the outside. Just completely outbreaks Jimmy and gets around the outside and gets ahead of him. That was a crazy move. We've seen 2 moves around the outside now, and that was completely even before the corner was done. So great move from Roberto Radaccia. That will be a move to remember for him. But almost 13 minutes left to go in this race. Still a long ways to go until the end. As this midfield pack seems to be the battle to watch. See how this will end out. Indy Park still leading this race very comfortably, with a big gap between the top 3. Maybe Thomas Berry has slightly been catching up to Sarah Maltova, but we'll have to see in a bit. The leaderboard is just kind of fixing itself right now as everyone crosses the line. Thomas Berry did actually get past, so I think we might have missed that, but yeah, Thomas Berry did get past Sarah, so the move we missed. That's a 1-2 for Jungle GP right now in the race. But this is where the battles are happening, right in the midfield, right outside of the podium. Jack Smith defending for his life with his P4 with 12 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this race. This will be a big job for Jack Smith to do. Defend his P4 on these super soft tires. I'm assuming that these tires will last the entire race, as I think Maxie broke a little later than he wished he did. It kind of ruins his run, but Jack Smith goes wide and he has to kind of get out of the track, slows him down. Maxie staying close though, Christoph staying close, Roberto Dacia staying close. It's a 5-car pack here just outside of this podium, and it has been a close fight since the beginning of this race back here. And even if you didn't have those incidents early in the race, it would have been an even bigger pack, I feel. But as we come to the line, it's 5 cars currently in the running to finish P4 in this race. Jack Smith leading this pack. Maxie thinking of a move, having to back out, slowing down Christoph behind him. And that puts him in the sights of Roberto Dacia, even for the hairpin. And Maxie is maybe... Oh! What was that? Jack Smith, I think, losing traction there at turn 3. I think maybe had a bit of oversteer even. That's a bit strange. Slowed down real quick there. I think he may have to correct the car, but now he's definitely within reach from Maximum Younger in 5th place. And yep, around the outside he's going to do it, and down the inside once we head to the quarter it'll become. And no, he gets it even done before the corner, but maybe Smith is hoping on that DRS. Oh wow, that was close. Christoph almost hitting the rear of Jack Smith, and Jack Smith, yep, just as I thought, DRS from around the outside. He'll get his revenge for that move earlier. As around the outside he goes, and even before the corner does it, Maxie just slots him right behind. So they pulled away slowly from Christoph, and this battling will definitely pull Christoph back into the mix. As currently, Jack Smith has set the best lap out of all of these guys on the group in this pack, so we'll have to see. Actually, no, it's Roberto who has, but Jack Smith I think has been the most consistent. So we'll have to see how this all plays out. Oh, as I think the leaderboard is trying to fix itself again once all the people cross the line, but Jack Smith still in 5th, 4th, I mean, and still this pack very close, even if it has spread out a tiny bit, but trust me, it'll punch right back up once they start battling again. And Maxie think about a move here. Jack Smith, I think the slightest bit, doesn't get him onto the curbing though, thankfully. Doesn't ruin his run, but still DRS for Maxie going into turn 1. What will he do? He'll go around the outside again, get the move done before the corner, but Jack Smith again now has DRS to fight back, coming into this back straight, into that long left bank corner here at Abu Dhabi, and open DRS he does, and will, yep, just get an instant slipstream to get onto the back of Maxie down the inside. And I think Maxie, yep, again, no, he fights it this time. Around the outside Maxie goes, and oh, that's real close. Almost take him out again, but he's still so close. This battle has been heated for some time now, and he's still following really closely. He's falling back a tiny bit just because of the dirty air and struggling with tires maybe, but Christoph now again is in this battle once again just due to this battling. We will have to see where this goes with Christoph now in the mix again. Really, who cares about the battle in the lead when you have this good of battling in the midfield? Andy Park still could make a mistake and we'll have a battle for the lead, but this battle for just right outside the podium. And so, oh no! As Maxie spins, he gets some oversteer. Jimmy Gibbons has to move out the way, dodge, and will Roberto Dacia get past Maxie. I think he will just around the outside. That's big damage for the Junker GP driver. Just a tiny bit into this race, as he now has to fall in line behind Roberto Dacia, and I think he'll have to pit for damage. There's no way he can do the rest of the race on a car that damage. That was a big hit for the Junker GP driver. with just under 8 minutes to go, I think he might have to just live it out. For Jack Smith, this leaves him in a comfortable Q4 sort of, as his closest competition spun out of the race, but Christopher Bowes is not too far behind and now has that DRS on him. So I think we look at the best laps. Christopher Bowes has, well, he's a bit off. It's not too far away from Jack Smith, especially when he has his DRS. So we'll have to see how he'll do. .136.6, pushing 137.7, but that's their best laps of the session. As back there, I think that is Jimmy Gubbins versus Roberto Daccio's. I think, yeah, no. Maximum Younger with that crash, I don't think he's going to have to really fight in this race. After just that big of a hit, you can already tell he's slowing down. But down the inside, Roberto, that's such a strange place to overtake. That is such a strange place to overtake, but he made it work. Such a strange place to overtake, but I think down the inside now comes from Jimmy. Down the inside, oh, loose. The car spins. I think he kind of got embarrassed from that move a little there. That was such a strange place to spin. Yeah, but ooh, yeah, now he's a bit wonky there. Yeah, such a strange place to go for the move I made from Roberto Dacia. Two good moves from the driver in the blue car, Roberto Dacia, formerly racing in that chicken car, Stalin Almac in the previous Sprint Series and Premier Series. So we'll have to see if he can keep the P6. Christopher Bowes has fallen a bit back from Jack Smith. He just can't keep up the pace with Jack, and I think we'll have to try to settle and try to stay ahead of Roberto Dacia, who is catching up and has had a better fast lap of the race than him. Here we go, though. This race is starting to calm down near the end of it. Four and a half minutes roughly left to go in this race. Indy Park been pretty dominant in this race, and if he finishes first, he will start in P10, reverse grid race, obviously for the second race of the day. So we will have to see how he can deal with that. But Serra is not too far from... Well, he actually is a decent bit from South Barry. But yeah, that top three is slowly just kind of moved away from each other. I think it's kind of solidifying more and more the closer we get to the end. Indy Park finishing this race at the end of first. Roberto Dacia now has just broken under a second from... She's just broken under a second to Christopher Bowes. So this, I think, will be the closest battle we'll get to the end with 3.5 minutes roughly left to go. It's roughly around 2 laps, I'd say. Roughly around 2 laps left in this race. You want to just set a personal best there, Roberto Dacia. Christopher Bowes will have to watch out. Roberto Dacia, I think, is losing time in some places, but gaining a good amount of time in other places, as he is catching up to a Sierra G driver. Catching up to Agnes. And he's catching up to Jack Smith, even. I think might have been held up a tiny bit, as, again, Max Younger, I think, has spun. Jack Smith still in 4th place, a pretty comfortable 4th place now, out of that tough battling a little earlier in the race with 2.5 minutes left to go. Dacia trying to catch up to Christoph Bose, but he just needs to find that little extra pace to see if he can catch up before the race ends. Go on board. See just how close he is. He can clearly see him. He just needs that bit of extra time to catch up to him. Ooh, kind of had to let go of the throttle there. Ooh, kind of hits the wall there. Did be a tiny bit of damage for the end plate of this Formula 2 car. Spider car. But as we come to now what I feel would be the last lap. As Younger, again, another incident for him. But Christopher Bose is now having to defend from Roberto Radacci, who's now under 5/10. A good first sector from the Chicken Man. And oh yeah, this is definitely gonna be a move to defend from Roberto Radacci. DRS most definitely on his side coming down the straight. Yeah, but I think Roberto Radacci is gonna try to make a move. Yep, doesn't go for it, stays behind. The second DRS zone is definitely going to be the one where he makes it stick though. Yep, down this back straight. Falling right behind around the outside like his earlier move and gets ahead of Christopher Bose. He's up into 5th place, stealing Christoph to 6th. That'll be him. Oh, actually, he has a chance of 4th now. I think this back marker of Agnes in that CRG car is kind of holding up Jack Smith. So, I think he actually may have a shot at getting P4. Someone who looked like he was going to be stuck just right behind these guys, not close enough to battles, I think going to finish right outside the podium. He's now coming to these guys' last lap as the clock almost hits 0 now. This is definitely going to be Andy Park's last lap. As we come now to the first sector, Roberto Radacci is right there. This could be a great drive up the field just outside of the podium. As yet now, he's going to be real close. Probably not going to go for it into the hair, but yeah, we'll be patient. Jack Smith takes that wide line. So does Roberto Radacci for that run. And so will he. We'll watch Andy Park on that little screen as he comes close to the line. Here we go, around the outside in front of him now. Roberto Radacci is ahead of Jack Smith. Will Jack Smith try to re-overtake? No, he does. He stays patient, stays behind for this second DRS zone. As we watch that, Andy Park comes to cross the line in P1. And that will be race 1 done and dusted for Andy Park. He wins as Jack Smith down the inside. Almost contact. There is contact. He spins Roberto back around. They're both slow. Christoph Bose is right there. Oh, he's staying behind. No, he's not. Roberto Radacci has run off. Christoph Bose maybe down the inside of both of them. Oh no, this has just become a mess of incidents between these 3 drivers. That is going to definitely be a steward's report. Jack Smith has escaped though from the chaos. He will finish 4th. Roberto Radacci will stay ahead of Christoph Bose. I think both had to go for that. That was a terrible move, but if he had made that stuck, that would have been crazy. But oh, as Roberto Radacci spins on the final lap, plus Christoph passed, but that is just... Oh, we missed the donuts, but an insane set of incidents there from the pair of those guys. But Andy Park, race winner. I think it's insane how dominant Andy Park was this race, but I also kind of think it's insane the incidents we just saw between 3 drivers. Ryan Hawk doing some donuts. Not the best race for him, but a good recovery race into P8 for the Academy driver teammates of Jack Smith, who was just involved in that crazy incident at the end of the race. Steph Stewart will definitely be involved in that information, but People should focus on the man of the hour. Andy Park winning that race. A dominant win, led every lap, fastest lap. Some more donuts to come from him as we wait for round 2 of this race for the session to switch. But yeah, a crazy incident to see there at the last lap. Drivers desperate for points at this final round. We just saw a bit of it there. That's going to be a tricky one for the stewards, most definitely. Now wait for the session to switch. A crazy race 1. I can't imagine what's going to happen in race 2. They're acting like that at the end of race 1. People are desperate for points now at the end of the season, more than ever. And seeing some moves like that in desperation, the championship's already over, guys. We don't need an off the top of 21. We do not need a controversy with race direction right now. Moves like that make it fun to watch, but jeez, we are crazy moves. We need to calm it down a bit at that corner. That I need to find out the exact corner name. Abu Dhabi track, because what corner is that? I think that's corner 13, corner 16. I was 3 corners off. That corner, they got to take a break from overtaking that corner. They seemingly need to not relearn, but learn how to better take that corner and then learn how to overtake on it, because we saw some pretty crazy spins and incidents at turn 12. Actually, it is that right-hander. But we will wait for the second grid to line up with this reverse race. And with the reverse race, you know, the winner, Andy Park, who has dominated that entire race. Guess what? Now he's starting at the back of the pack. Yep, as now we come to look at the grid now. Transition. Here we are, the grid. We have Agnes and Maxie in the front row. Ryan Hawk and Jimmy Gibbs in the second row. Roberto Rodaccia, Christopher Bowes, and Jack Smith. Probably not a good idea they knew each other, but that's them 3. We have Sarah Maltova in 8th, Thomas Berry in 9th, Andy Park in 10th, and then Mackenzie and Carlos, who retired from the last round in the final 2 spots. They do not benefit from this first grid. But Andy Park and Thomas Berry at the back of this field. Sarah, Jack Smith, Christopher Bowes, Roberto Rodaccia, they should not be near each other. Jimmy Gubbins, Ryan Hawk, Maxine Younger, and Agnes Frotsis in the lead. Full position for this reverse race, which will finish out the season. Your last chance to get points. Last chance to try to get those last few points you need to secure your position in the championship. Thomas Berry, your championship winner. He's already sealed it, but can he at least get one more win before the season ends? As it's lights out, and away we go for round 2, race 2, final race of the season. Agnes gets a decent start. Maxie will try to take that lead. He knows he has the pace. And yes, he does down the inside. No, he's actually defending from Ryan Hawk. Agnes gets a great start. That's a great gap. The back there's some chaos. 3 wide even between the back. Oh, Christopher Bowes, Jimmy Gubbins, and Roberto Rodaccia, they should not be near each other. They should not. They are going to be mad at each other after race 1. And I don't want to see some incidents happen on lap 1. But clean start so far. Andy Park, where is he? He's down in P11. He actually didn't get the best start. He's already down to last place. It's not the best start for him, and not the best start for his teammate, who 3 wide. They are getting past Carlos seemingly pretty easily, but no, he's blocked in, Andy. He doesn't get the best line as, back out. Almost broke the rule there. Don't hit your teammate. They almost broke it, but they were just an inch away to not do that. As Maxi goes wide, cannot get the lead. Thomas Berry stays ahead of Andy Park. Sarah Maltova in 5th. We'll see how this ends out. Oh, Carl spinning! Makes Andy dodge! I think some contact with Barberi. No, it doesn't seem so. I think Barberi just missed it. Well, jeez, man. This track does something. After 2021, this track does something to people, man. After what happened to Max Lewis here in 2021, this track just has, like, a cursed aura about it. Agnes Rotes gets the fast lap for now. Obviously, it's the first across the line. He started on pole and was actually and very well, and props to him, kept his lead. So, good on him. But he will have to defend from these drivers who he was struggling to keep up with in the first round, but I believe in you, man. Race 2, final round. Can Agnes score some good points? And can all these guys score some good points? As we'll have to make my own copy of this to see the standings. Maximilian Younger already lap 2 is going to try to overtake Agnes. Agnes, I think, will flop. No, he will defend this position down the inside, around the outside. Oh! Oh my gosh, these cars look so tricky to drive sometimes. But Agnes stays behind. Does he get DRS? I think he doesn't. I think that's available next lap. Oh my gosh. 3 wide. Maxi, Agnes, Ryan Hawk. Maxi stays ahead. Yep, and Maxi stays ahead. And stays in second. Oh, no, 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 no! No, stop! No! No! Who is that? Someone definitely just got taken out. That was right. Same corner. Same corner. You gotta stop doing my man so dirty. Ryan Hawk gets caught in that. Oh, Maxi goes wide! Maxi goes wide. Sarah Maltova is in the chance to be in the lead now. Actions. Oh no, he lost the lead in that tricky situation. I can't really tell what happened at that corner. But come on, man, you can do it. And now he'll have to defend. Well, oh, I'll have to defend from, I think that's Jack Smith. That's, oh, Maxi locks up. And now it's, oh yeah, Sarah's right up against the rear end of Maximilian Younger. I think we'll go down the inside. I think it's gonna be a pretty easy overtake, yeah. Around the outside, but I think Maxi's just laying them in front to see if he can keep the lead. And by re-overtaking him with his DRS, I don't think he's close enough though. He's just a little under 4/10, and I think the slipstream won't be as strong if he is a little under 4/10, as we have like 3 wide almost again here. Oh, jeez, they will squeeze Roberto Verdacci in the middle of them. Agnes and Smith. Ooh, stays ahead. Agnes does, though. Smith, oh, wide he goes, though. Wide over the curb. He's just 2 positions now. Almost 3 blocks per Barry, though. 20 minutes left to go. See if he can keep him behind. Doubt he will, though. It's the rapid pace this man is showing winning championship. Sarah's still in the lead, however. Maxi not too far behind. I think Barry is going to get kind of stuck behind Agnes, who's just trying not to lose as many positions as he can. Yep, and yeah, I think it's going to be done just here, maybe down the inside. No, it stays behind. Playing it safe. Thompson Barry knows he can get the move done. He's just waiting to get it done cleanly and without risk. Ooh, down the inside. He goes, gets past Agnes. There we go. Thomas Barry ahead of Agnes. And from that there, Roberto Dacia Thinking about a move on Smith? No, it stays behind. Stays behind Smith. Thinks better of it. Little dodge up. I'll follow Jack Smith. Little slash sector, staying real close to him. We'll try to use the DRS most likely. Sarah is kind of pulling away from Maxi now. Actually close enough to still being DRS. Not anymore though. Over a second now the gap is, and I think Sarah might have just pulled away enough with that fastest lap of 36.1 to get out of the DRS from Maximum and Younger. Now I'm pretty sure Andy Park secured P2 with that finish so far, but we'll have to see. Andy Park won that race. Andy Park, I think, hasn't secured second yet. If it finishes like this, Andy Park will not secure second in the championship. But he has moved up into 6th place though, just in front of Agnes. So at bare minimum, we'll see. I think Andy has to win this race. Yeah, Andy has to win this race to secure second place in the championship. If he gets up to second, it's tied on points. Though if the count wins, 1, 2, 3 for Sarah, 1, 2, 3 for Andy, including this race. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 thirds for Sarah. 1, 2 for Andy. Sarah wins it on countback if he stays in second. If Andy gets to second, Sarah wins it on countback. So the only way Andy can get that second place in the championship currently is if Andy can get up. So the only way Sarah keeps second if Andy cannot get through the field and win this race. So there's a lot of pressure on Andy's hands to win this race now, as it's 7 seconds the gap between them, and he has a few cars between him and Sarah. So it'll be a mighty task for Andy to try to get through this field, but he can get through a bunch of them right now. So he goes down the inside of Roberto Radacci. Ooh, it's maybe Jack Smith. Whoa, contact. Ooh, it's the run, almost gets hit again. And I think he gets DRS. Tricky move from him. Will he get through again and be able... Nope, it's too far back to go on Roberto Radacci. As you see, Sarah has been faster, all besides the most recent lap. So Andy Park really has to get through this field and try to catch Sarah and overtake him to get second and overtake him in the championship. Taza Berry is your championship winner last round, but second place is still for grabs. And Jungle GP wants a 1-2 finish in the championship. Sorry, but we go. Andy Park still trying to overtake Roberto Radacci. Still behind him, and with 15 minutes, just a little under 15 minutes to go, it's going to be a big task for him to catch up to Sarah and overtake. He's going to have to get through these cars pretty quickly and have a pretty fast, some pretty rapid pace. But I think he'll easily get past Roberto Radacci right now. So if he's down the inside, clearly done the move, and I think Thomas Berry might want to be kind to him to do him a team solid. Thomas Berry, if you're listening to this, you've won the championship, buddy. You have the crown on your head, even on this race. And I know you kind of want to win one more before you go out for the off-season, but your teammate right now is currently fighting for P2, and he needs to win this race to get that P2 and give your team a 1-2 in the standings. So what was I gonna say? If Thomas Bear wants to play the team game, he, I think, has to let Indy Park by. You could say maybe some DRS could help Indy Park catch up, but even then, I think his best bet is just to be in clean air, push. He knows he has the pace. We saw it in qualifying. Then just focus on hot laps, not have to worry about overtaking anyone. I think that'll be his best bet, and that goes to Maxi too. The Junker GP is in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th right now, as the boys kind of picking this up someone across the line. And Eddie Parker just set the fast lap 135.8, so yes, he has the pace. He has the pace, most definitely, to get this done. So if Andy Park wants to win this championship, not win this championship, but if Andy wants to secure 2nd place in this championship, he has to get past his teammates, save his tires, and get past Sarah, all within just under 13 minutes. That's just a few laps. Come on, Andy, you can do this. I think his teammates, Thompson Berry and Maxi, are now just starting to battle. You'd think they'd have some team coordination. You'd think they'd have some common sense to try to get a 1-2 finish in this championship, in the drivers. Have some bragging rights, but no, their teammates are battling. So McLaren team game's going on here. Oh, it's down the inside. Thompson Berry goes. Get past Maximilian Younger. Maxi tries to defend it a bit, but he gets overtaken. Indy Park is just catching up, but I think they're just sabotaging Indy Park kind of right now. I think their best bet is, where's Max in the championship? Maxi, currently in the championship, is 14th, and yes, a good result like this will help him finish well in the championship, but right, he's not in any battle. He's not in any real battle right now for the championship. And oh, there's a big spin in the background. That is Agnes. That's a huge spin. As Thomas Bear says, that is a huge spin from the CRG driver. I hope he's okay. I hope he didn't hurt his hands if he had a direct drive wheel. But well, that was crazy. We caught that. Oh, Andy Park. Oh, there we go. Finally gets the move done on his teammate. Now, if Max is a real team player, he won't fight this, and he will defend from Roberto Adaccia. He has to be a team player here. Andy Park is 2 spots away and just a couple seconds away from securing P2 for this man's team. He's a team owner. He's a team driver. And he gets overtaken by Roberto Adaccia, putting his team at risk. Not most of his fault. Couldn't really do much after that bad exit. But still, Andy Park is their best bet for P2 in the championship. And again, he has to win. Andy Park has no, after the results of last race, with Sarah getting 3rd, he has no choice but to try to win this race to secure 2nd in the championship. And if he finishes 2nd, again, 2nd, he will finish on points with Sarah, but he'll finish on countback, which will, again, just leave him in P3. Thompson Berry's teammate's just up ahead of him, championship winner. There's no championship to fight for, but there's still a vice championship to fight for, and Indy Park is in that battle, and I think his teammates just need to let him by. I know it's a really strange thing to hear a commentator say that. You know, we want to see racing, but I want to see racing for a championship, not pride. Indy Park is a few seconds back, but he's still not too far from Sarah. He's only a few points behind, and with some solid laps put in, he most definitely can catch up to Sarah. If we look at the laps, look at the last few laps, Sarah has still been a bit faster, actually, than Andy. Andy has been a bit slower than Sarah in these past few laps. But that's also just because he's been in battles. He's been trying to get through this pack. And look at that one lap, lap 7. 4/10 faster, and that was the one lap he had clean air. If he can truly get that clean air, have it let his teammates let him through, he will easily, I feel, catch up to Sarah with 9 minutes left to go. It'll be tight, but I think he can do it. And all I'll say is, a bit of traffic wouldn't hurt if someone wants to spin, but don't do that. But Andy Park, it's just seeming less and less likely as I think that might have just hurt him the most earlier on. That battling with even with his teammates a bit hurt him the most. It'll be a close cut, but I think Andy really has to do it now. He has to push now, put in those laps. But even then, I think now it's over a second a lap he has to gain to try to catch up to Sarah, and I don't think it will happen. But anything's possible in this sport of sim racing. So we'll have to see. Andy Park is just trying to play catch up right now, and currently he's not doing enough to catch up. There's Thomas Berry in the background. There's Thomas Berry there, and there's Andy Park in the background. Sarah is still going. Andy was just slightly ever so faster on that last lap, but just not enough. Like 700ths faster. That has to be much faster. Like that 4/10 a lap. He was faster on lap 7 by 4/10. He needs to be repeating that over and over. So, I don't think it's going to happen. It's really sad to say, but I don't think it's going to happen. Unless Sarah wants to do a mistake, but Andy Park does still have a chance to score on level with Sarah. And that is in overtaking his teammate, Thomas Berry. You compare him and Andy Park. Andy Park has been faster. Again, battles, some traffic with some slower cars that I had to overtake just right behind him. Has slowed him down a bit, but still, he is catching, and he's catching real fast. 2.4 right now, coming in this last corner. Coming to sector 1. See how they compare. I think he will catch at least Thomas Berry by the end of this race. I think he's fast enough to do that with 6.5 minutes roughly left to go to catch Thomas Berry. It'll be a real ass to catch Sarah, though. Still behind Andy Park. Still this crazy battle between Roberto Dacia, Jack Smith, and Maximilian Younger. Let's see Ryan Hawk in that little mini screen right there, going for a move on Jimmy Gubbins. Around the outside. Down the inside now, and easily gets past him. It's a good move right there from Ryan Hawk to get past him. Going for P9. Roberto Dacia defending from Jack and Maximilian Younger, and Maximilian Younger staying really close to Jack Smith. As these guys have nothing between them. I think for Maxi or Smith, it's just finding the right moment, catching the people around them, making a mistake to get this battle right here with these three going. But Roberto Dacia's pace is very solid. He's really, and honestly, he stayed comfortably ahead of these guys throughout most of this. Oh, that's what I was saying. One mistake and it gets this battle going. Jack Smith has made a mistake almost the same as Maxi. He was able to save it this time, unlike Maxi last race. He's now behind, but now has DRS coming out of this hairpin. Ooh, kind of lose the car there. Stays behind because of that, but that might be to his benefit. And that's an aggressive defense from Maxi all the way on the inside, almost like Charles Leclerc, Alex Albon back in GP2 in 2017, without the pushing off track bit, but still enough, very aggressive, but still, that's not enough, and I think he may have just moved over a little too early there, but that is Maxi still behind, but Jack Smith back past Maximilian Younger, but Maxi now has the DRS. Roberto Dacia is now getting away because of this battle, but it's a battle between Maximilian Younger and Jack Smith now, as around the outside on these super soft tires, with 4 minutes left to go. It's not enough grip and just not early enough on to get around. But he does stay behind. Ooh, it's another mistake from Jack Smith. Allows Maxi to get past on the outside of turn 14. As they come to the final few corners, he stays ahead. Does not let him back pass. So Maxi up into 5th place. Andy Park, again, still not close enough to Thomas Berry. But Jack Smith maybe thinking of moving to turn 1. No, stays behind and thinks of another day to do that move. 3 minutes and a half left in this race. Around 2 laps left, roughly, in this race. As the leaderboard updates itself, Sarah still leads. Very a good bit behind Andy Park, a good bit behind his teammate. I don't even think he'll be finished on. I think for right now, Sarah is pretty content in that lead. Sarah is pretty content in finishing P2 in this championship. Here we go. Maximilian Younger. Jack Smith. This will be the battle to the end, most definitely, though. 3 minutes left. Down into turn 4. Who will get ahead of each other? Jack Smith stays ahead with that DRS. Contact a tiny bit. May have given a bit of damage to Jack Smith on his rear wing. A bit of damage on Maxi in his front wing. But DRS again for the Jungle GP driver, the German driver. As now he's going to come around the outside. Get that move done. But it may be a game of hot potato. DRS hot potato. Going just passing each other again and again until the end of the race. So I think at this power right now, I think Maxi will stay in front for the end of the race. But Jack Smith, I think, really has to get past and just, I think if any of them want to keep this position, because Ryan Hawk is battling with Jimmy Gubbins. In the background, but Maxi's still battling with Jack Smith. As we are going to see that most definitely. Yep, down the inside he goes. He gets that move done. Good on for Jack Smith, but again, Maxi with that slipstream, he will get around the outside done, sends it around the outside, fully commits to it, and will stay around the outside, just right on the curbing, but stays ahead, kind of pushes, scares away Jack Smith from defending, and Maxi stays ahead, and this will be the last lap of the race as Sarah Montova crosses the line. There's not enough time to clean another lap, so this is the last lap of the race. No additional laps after the clock ends. So this will be the last lap. As when they cross the line, this will be the last lap for everyone. As Jack Smith is so close to getting a move done on Maxi. But now for him, it's going to have to be getting that move done. As they both run to the curb there, maybe ruining a bit of the runs each. But for Jack Smith now, it's going to have to be getting a great run and just making that mistake and defending with your life if he wants to secure this P4 for Maximilian Younger. Right now, he doesn't seem to have the best run coming out of the hairpin. He will have DRS, though, on 2 back straights. First back straight, he's at 10th back, but will be gaining ever so slightly into the braking zone. They come into turn 4. Turn 5. He does stay close, but I don't know if it's close enough. Jack Smith. DRS. Now open. I don't think he's close enough to get a move on the GP driver. I think his last chance has just gone away. He just didn't have that good of an exit. But this is the driver you've been waiting for to cross the line this whole race. One dominant performance to another. Sarah Montova, with a dominant race in the reverse, wins the race 2, the reverse grid race for the sprint series, wins the last race of the season, and secures that P2 in the championship. Sadly for Andy Park, he just couldn't get it done. And Maxi secures that P5. Roberto Dacci, I think, may have had a little bit of issue there, but he may have slowed down too, but that's him securing P4. Maxi beating Jack Smith to the line. the overtake on that second to last lap and just keep it there. A great race for him, but a great race for Sarah, winning. Andy Park stays third. Not what we wanted. An unfortunate event. He will finish P3 in the championship. And it won't be a 1-2 again, sadly, for John GP in the championship, as it was last season. Cody Lawrence and Steve Stevenson finished 1-2 in Season 7. Season 8 sadly will not be a repeat of a 1-2. But it is a repeat of a championship win as Thomas Barry, driver right here, did secure them the crown last round. And congratulations again to him. Very impressive seasons from the Frenchman. Has always been fast, but has always been very, very unlucky. But it's good to see him win a Trout championship. But that has been the final race of the season. And I don't know if anyone's listening to me. Can we get some donuts, please? You guys don't know how to celebrate. Come on, you've won a race. But, yeah. A Trout season, which has been very closely contested. But a clear favorite of Thomas Bear came out at the end. Clear pace, clear advantage to the rest of the field to close it out. 1 round left to go. Some new drivers into the series who we'll hopefully see again for the Premier Series. And some old drivers returning who showed just what they're made out of and why they race in Trout. But yeah, congratulations to Sarah for the win. Congratulations to Thomas Barry again for the race, for the championship win. And the championship in and of itself, obviously. What a great race to end the season with. I think it's time for that time. I think it's time for interviews. And who wants an interview? Probably a few of these guys who were racing in this series, who are now kind of in a voice activation line. And they're not in the interview waiting room, but I'm going to give you guys interviews. I don't care. I'm just going to drag them into here. This F01, baby. You're forced. We'll try to see who I want to bring first, as I think we'll just bring in Sarah. No, you just want to race. You're on VC, though. And he kind of won the championship, so... Thomas Barry. Hello.
Oh yeah, not even asking. Why?
The Formula 1 management, you gotta. This is your media duties.
Yeah, media duties. Oh no, no bad words, no bad words.
Yeah,
Otherwise, you're gonna find.
You're gonna find. You lose your championship.
No. Oh no.
But yeah, sorry for the sudden. But that's the end of the season. Obviously, it's pretty. Well, obviously, Thomas Barry, GP. End of the season. Obviously, this race was more for fun for you, I feel, if I had to guess. Championship already sold up, but I was at least hoping you get one more win, so I'd see it see it live. But just recap us through your season, how you thought it went.
I mean, the season was good, obviously. First part of the season, unless like the 2 DNF in Singapore and Silverstone. I mean, it was my fault in Singapore, wasn't. Otherwise, it felt pretty good. Today felt a bit weird, especially because I'm for the first time not at home driving. I have all my setup, I need to adapt to brand new stuff, new internet, new seat, etc. So it's been quite an express adaptation, I'd say, to everything. And managed to do my best. I mean, probably could have gone 5 times faster if I'd practiced, but like, yeah, it is what it is. It was a decent race. I got decent pace. Managed to stay it on the road, even though it wasn't easy. Wasn't a track I knew, like with the new layout. So yeah, a lot of new things for this race, and managed to go through easily. So, I mean, looking forward to what happens next.
Yeah, and yes, obviously, yeah. Congratulations on the championship, and with 1 round to go, it's a very impressive season. But yeah, what's coming next? What would you like to see, I guess, for an upcoming Trout season? Obviously, Premier Series will be coming up after, as we kind of flip-flop between the two. But we're going to have a bit of an off-season, so any ideas of maybe what you want?
It's not a surprise that probably all the people that would like to do Premier Series in Trout would like to have the new VSC 25 when it come out. Let's see. Like they said, the end of summer is on the 21st of September. Yeah. So the car should come out either on this date or just before. So yeah, there's not a lot of sort of weeks to wait. Wait and see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the season as well.
Yep. It's a bit of an off season, and the top league will start up again. And hopefully, we'll see some more race wins, or maybe even a championship from you. Your form from here is anything to go by, but thank you for coming. I just kind of tried doing here, so I thank you for not just leaving, just literally immediately and going back. But you have a nice off season, and congratulations again.
Thank you very much, Alan, and thank you for the stream as well.
No problem. Thank you. All right. I guess we'll move a few more people. Move sorry, we'll tell who's actually waiting. Hello. Hello, Sarah. Decent race in the first, and then a second, and then winning the last race of the season. You secured P2 in the championship. Vice champion. How do you feel?
It feels great. I remember when I first saw like halfway through the season that I was P2 in the championship. That was already like way above my expectations, because in the first few races there were some like absolute aliens racing. Not only Thomas, but there was Steven and Andy throughout the entire season was just setting the pace for everyone else, and I think in my heart he is the real P2 in the championship, because what he's done with the pace, his ability to practice and get absolutely everything out of the car is something that will never fail to inspire me, and I'm very, very proud of him and especially thankful for him coming back for the last race to make this more of a fight and have some fun for one last time in a season that I honestly thoroughly enjoyed.
That's great to hear, and congratulations again on Vice Champion Elite Power Racing. I guess any hope for future season? Obviously, we're gonna have a bit of an off season, then Premier Season 13 will most definitely will start.
Yeah, I'm excited to race here again, because in this league, before I came into this league, I was not feeling the greatest mentally. I felt very beat down. I didn't really know, I felt like I had lost a little bit of myself and my interest in racing as a whole. And that first round, fighting so many people, feeling like everything that I do matters and can make a difference, like those races were not boring, not even for a moment. That just sparked something inside me, and it's something that I have not felt in a while, and I want to feel it again. So if this league continues for more seasons, I'll make sure to consider signing up for them as well.
It's great to hear. Well, again, a third time. Congratulations on Vice Champion, and we hope to see you race here again.
Thank you very much.
All right. Now, everyone else doesn't want to interview, but I'll give you guys the content. We'll pull in Ryan Hawk from GP Academy. Hello. Oh, I think he's AFK. Oh, you're going back? Pull in Carlos. Hello.
Yeah.
What's up, Carlos?
Hey.
Not the best race, it seems, but
yeah, I just did it for fun. Both times, just turn to bump killed me. So
yeah,
both races. I was happy with lap 1, race 1. I gained 6 positions, but all in all, I was very slow, and yeah, the bumps were not nice to me.
So, I guess obviously this for fun. Glad you came. You gave the grid a bit more life to it. I have to thank you for that. Overall thoughts on the race?
Yeah, it's a fun car, fun combo. I think a little bit more prep would have been good, but kind of decided to jump in last minute anyway. Yeah, all in all, congrats to the winners. Good to see that it's still competitive at the top, even if the numbers are lower than we are used to. So yeah, it's been an interesting season for sure. I've been following a little bit, and yeah, it takes a lot of skill to drive this car fast, as I've as I realized today. And props to the top guys.
Yeah. Well, again, thank you for coming, and also we hope to see some more races and cause some more chaos. I was definitely at the back of the grid, especially in race 1.
Yep.
All right. You have a good day. Yep.
Yep.
All right. I think, and oh, he just finished streaming, so we're actually gonna track him. Hello.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, you got media duties, buddy. All right.
Oh, wow.
This is
Do I?
Maximilian.
I'm usually commentating these days, but yeah. Okay.
Well, you're back in the commentary back one last time before the season ends. Maxi, bit of an iffy race. Not so good race 1. Better.
Yeah. Horrible race 1 because I just had like a setup problem in race 1, and the rear was going on corners that are flat normally, like T2, and then the second to last corner I just kept having like 360 spins. I don't know if you caught it on stream, but that's what happened. So every lap pretty much I was just dropping down. I think I was P4, it was going okay, I was battling people, and then I just dropped P5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in the end. And then race 2, it was a lot better. Had a bit of an incident with my teammate because he decided to dive into the last corner. He thought that would be a good overtaking spot, so that wasn't, that held him up more than it did me really. And then after that, Radokia got passed, and I just battled with Jack Smith the entire race, pretty much the rest of the race. I don't know if you caught any of that. I did a very nice overtake, I think,
Definitely caught a lot.
him around the outside. Yeah, I did around the outside. That was the final overtake that got me past him. Managed to escape his I didn't escape his DRS, but managed to escape him. He wasn't close enough to make another move on the last lap. And then on the line, I see Radokia, I think he went off or had the spin or something, and managed to pip him on the line for P4. So that was nice, but sad for Roberto because he had worked hard for that before I saw him. He battled us, he escaped DRS, and then sad, frustrating for him, but it was nice.
So
for me,
team won the championship. P2,
Yeah.
P3, and P1 actually. So pipped it to P2. But still, any hopes for next Premier Series or anything like that? Where you'll be?
I mean, yeah, the hope is to win again.
The repeat, basically, yeah. 3 in a row, right? It's past 3 seasons for Premier.
Yeah, I mean, past, what is it, season 9, 10, 11, are we at 12? 12, 4 seasons of Premier that we won the teams. And then, I don't know how many in sprint, but it's a similar number, so it's been very dominant.
I think for sprint, it's been the past 2 seasons, the drivers at least. I'm trying to look currently right now. Yeah, sprint's been the past 2 seasons and season 6. So then I'd have to check.
Sorry, could you repeat? I didn't. Sorry, I'm in multiple conversations.
Oh, well, for sprint, it's been 2 seasons in a row. I guess for Premier, we're looking for 4.
Yeah. Sprint, I think it's been more than 2. It's been 3. 3 teams because we were not in there before. The 4th one I won as driver, but yeah, it's been a lot of seasons, but we're looking forward to, even if the order changes and somebody else wins, at this point, I'm okay with it, to be honest. I'd like we're trying to really, push the league, and make it as big as possible at this point. So, yeah. Well, yeah, thank you for streaming because that helps in that cause a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
And yeah, thanks for all the media duties that you do. And thank you everybody for racing. And if there's anybody watching or that has been watching during the season, thank you for that too. I'm going to head out now. Have a great evening.
You too.
And see you next season in Premier.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Well, that's definitely all. See you all next season.
And it's go, go, go! Away we go, the front of the field. Oh my goodness, and Tim Omlu goes over a tenth of a second fast.